let's answer some of your burning questions about weight loss. Those of you who are new here, my name is Manisha Mehta. I'm your own clinical dietitian and sports nutritionist, and you are on my channel Re-Nourish with Manisha. I make a lot of videos about fat loss, weight loss, and understanding our body in general so that you can be a fit foodie. And in today's video, I am going to answer some of the questions that you have asked about health, fitness, and our body on my Instagram channel. So the first question is from Dr. Divya. Please tell the fruits and vegetables which are rich in antioxidants. So antioxidants are the chemicals which kind of slow down our damaging reactions in our body, and they are naturally present in almost all the fruits and vegetables, specifically the citrus ones. So the sour fruits which have a lot of vitamin C are the fruits which are very good sources of antioxidants. Apart from that, you can even use nuts because nuts have vitamin E, which is also an antioxidant. If you want to know more about antioxidants and anti-aging, then you can watch this video of mine after you've watched this one. Next question is from Gaurav. Is eating banana in empty stomach healthy or not? It is completely healthy. In fact, the best way to start your day, according to both modern nutrition and Ayurveda, is that you start your day with a fruit. Because starting your day with fruit not only increases your digestive fire, but also, in a way, in modern terms, it is called metabolism, so it increases your metabolism as well. Next question is how to control overeating. About overeating, I have spoken much in detail in this video and in this video, so you can go and watch. But the basic reason why overeating happens is that if you're not eating enough of the right foods, you crave for the wrong foods because your body wants to compensate for the requirement of the calories. So the best way to stop overeating is to decide a time for the meal and have food properly at that time. If you're trying to cut down on calories, if you're trying to eat less because of any reason, you are definitely going to overeat later. Also, another scenario where people overeat is, let's say for example, you are supposed to go for a party, and just to avoid the calories which you might have there, you do not eat the entire day, which makes you overeat when the food actually comes in front of you. Because let's be honest, if you are hungry, you are not going to go looking for healthier options. You will have only the thing which is fried and loaded with oil in front of you when you are at the party, right? Or when you're going outside. So do not compensate for calories. Do not try to eat less calories. Just divide your portions of foods in the right manner of carbohydrate, protein and fat. That's all. If you want more details on this, then you can watch this video. Is it necessary to go in calorie deficit for fat loss? Well, in a way, yes. If you are not cutting down on calories very slightly, then you will never be able to manage your calorie in and calorie out equation. However, the people who try to go overboard with the calorie out part by increasing their workouts manifolds or by reducing their calorie in part by eating too less, then the disbalance in the equation is way too much, and then they lose their muscle mass and their strength. So very mild calorie deficit would be required if you want to do a healthy, sustainable fat loss. Why whey protein is helpful for fat loss? Not only whey protein, any kind of protein will be good for fat loss, because if you are having a good amount of protein, you are going to crave less of carbohydrates. However, having said that, I am not saying that you should not be having carbohydrates properly. You need to combine your meals with carbohydrate, protein and fiber and fat. All of these in your meal have to be there, and you just need to ensure that you have enough amount of protein. That's all. Hi, if your client is on a diet and they are going out, what kind of food would you suggest to your clients? So it actually depends on what kind of cuisine you're having. However, just make sure that your plate looks a combination of some whole grain, some protein source and some fibers. For example, let's say you're having a pasta. Then pasta is the whole grain component. Then you can have a lot of vegetables in that will give you the fiber, and you can side it with some grilled tofu or grilled paneer or chicken if you are a non-vegetarian, so that your plate is a complete combination of whole grain, fiber and protein, and that's all. If you're deficit in vitamin D like most Indians, what are the top 5 foods to eat? Yes, vitamin D deficiency is so common despite the fact that we are a tropical country. However, even if you are vitamin D deficient, then there are certain things that you can do. First is that you ensure that you have enough sunlight exposure. Well, duh, obviously. Second is that if you're trying to cut down on calories, then you can be really sure that your micronutrients are not going to get absorbed. So firstly, enough sunlight. Secondly, have enough calories so that whatever vitamin D, the little amount that you're having, is consumed and absorbed properly. Third is that you have good sources of calcium in your meals, which comes from sesame seeds and lotus stem and even milk products and other seeds and nuts as well. And in fact, that is the reason why vitamin D supplementation is always supposed to be taken with milk, because milk is a good source of calcium and vitamin D supplementation will actually be better absorbed when you are having it with a calcium source. Can you drink some black coffee during detox days? I would suggest that you don't, because when you are detoxifying your body, you are having a lot of water, you are having a lot of vitamin C fruits, you are having a lot of potassium rich foods, which will actually help you to eliminate a lot of extracellular trapped water in your body. But black coffee will actually have the opposite effect of that, so don't do it. What is the best food or drink you can consume for your gut first thing in the morning? Well, water and then fruits. If our more calories come from simple carbohydrates rather than complex carbohydrates, is it fine? Having simple carbohydrates is not bad. Why? Because the problem with them is that they don't have enough fiber, and that fiber you can compensate by having a lot of vegetables on the side. So even if you are having simpler carbohydrates, make sure that you are having enough fiber on the side and you'll be good. Is it okay to have dinner after 8? Well, this is a question that I get a lot. Let's dissect it in the terms of our natural rhythm of the body. The ideal time for repair is 4 to 5 hours after the sunset. So the ideal time for sleep is somewhere between say 10-11 pm to say 2-3 am. And we need to be in that relaxed zone before our body can actually start repairing. And that relaxed zone we cannot achieve if our body is busy in digestion. That is the reason why it is said that you should have an early dinner. However, because of certain reasons, maybe you are in a night shift or you work till late night, then first thing would be that you try to get your sleep cycle normal. But if in case you can't do that, then there is no problem having a late dinner, because any which way, if you eat at 8 and if you're sleeping at say 3 or 4 in the morning, you will definitely need something to eat if you're awake for that long. 7 से 8 के बीच में खाना खा लेती हूँ और फिर 11 बजे तक भूख लग जाती है, तो क्या मैं 11 बजे भी कुछ खाऊं? Okay, which I'll translate for you guys. If we are eating somewhere around 7 to 8 pm and if we get hungry again at 11 pm, then what should we have? The first thing is you should have sleep. But as I said, if in case you are not able to sleep at that time because of your job obligations or whatever, then there is no harm in having something late in the night also. But the first preference should always be that you try to fix your daily routine in the terms of how nature is supposed to work for us. And that is that we need to give our body the time to heal itself from 10 to 2 to 3 in the morning. How to sleep at the right time and what is the right time? What is the right time to sleep? The right time to sleep is 3 to 4 hours after the sunset, because that's when our body repairs itself. So that time is somewhere around 10 to 11 pm and the repair goes up till 2 to 3 am. So that time is actually a little crucial. How you can sleep at that time? There are a few things which you can do. First of all, do wake up and sleep at the same time every day. Second thing, wash your feet before you go to sleep, because that actually helps you to relax your body. That actually helps you to get your core temperature down, which is a requirement to go in a deep sleep. Third thing, do not have a very heavy dinner. Fourth thing, sleep at the same time even on the weekends. Yes, I know that's a little too much to ask for, but our body, our brain doesn't know that it's a weekend. So we have to maintain the discipline for the year, week, whatever. Eating clean and sleeping on time, is it enough if one doesn't get time for a workout? As I've always said, that working out is just a quantified way of damaging the body. Now, what does that mean? You can check in this video. However, as I always say, workout is just a quantified way of damaging the body. And we do that just so that we can complement it with the right kind of food and right kind of sleep timing. and then our body actually repairs itself and gets stronger. So if you are not doing the workout and if you are eating clean and doing the right sleep, then what will happen is that you won't damage the body further, you won't repair it further. So if you're not working out, all you are doing is not letting your body get stronger, but you can actually maintain what it is right now just by eating right and sleeping on time. However, you can lose fat without working out, but you cannot gain muscle ever. You can never strengthen your joints, never strengthen your muscles, never strengthen your bones without working out. So those were a few questions that you guys have asked me and I loved answering them. If you have any questions, drop me in the comments below and I will try to answer them all in my future videos. Now while you're here, do check out these two videos as well. I make a lot of videos about health, fitness, nutrition and understanding our body better because I want you to be a fit foodie, and always remember, I love you unconditionally. Bye.